Welcome to I Am the Cute One, the most chaotic school dance in the podcast universe.
Listen, you got through the week like we got through 9/11.
And a recession.
And the Special K diet.
And the time that James Franco hosted the Oscars.
And Ben Platt's wig and Dear Evan Hansen.
TGIF.
Hello, I am Donnie and I am the cute one.
And I'm Chelsea and I'm the cute one.
TGIF, cuties.
TGIF.
Chelsea, how was your week?
My week was okay. It's a busy time of year, but I think we should start out. How was your week, Donnie?
Thank you. That's kind of you.
I think you've got some things to get off your chest, judging from the text messages and voice notes I received throughout the week.
I just always forget how hard my December schedule is, and that I always feel every December like I'm treading water. Because normally the virtual events I host, I have like maybe 3 a week. But then it goes in December to having like 5 a day. So that like truly throws me off. But also I don't want to turn any of them down because like that is where I make, let's say I end the year with $20,000 from this job. 11,000 of it is just from December. So like I can't in good faith turn it down. So then that happens. And then because the girls are off of school the last 2 weeks, then we record everything the first 2 weeks of December. So that all like makes me
we're
tread
recording
water.
like 3 to 4 times a week right now
Yeah.
also. Last night, for example, we pre-recorded the Holiday Heart episode that is not the Holiday Heart episode that will be coming out on Christmas. We stopped recording at 11:15, so that episode, God knows what is going to come out of that
God
one because I don't even remember what we said. But we logged off at 11:15 and then this morning logged on at 9:15. So all I did in between recording was sleep and put the girls on the bus.
So yeah, I'm treading water. And as you know from this not being our first December together, when I feel like that, I just retreat. So I'm not very vocal online. I'm not very vocal in my text message threads. I just disappear. And that's a normal December. This year, I decided to add making sure I go on apartment tours and filling out apartment applications and slightly packing alongside that. So it's been tough.
Yeah, but you're hanging in there and we're manifesting ask, believe, receive. You've
Yeah.
seen some really cute places, which means that there are really cute places out there. And
Okay.
other people have gotten approved, which means people are getting approved. So
Okay.
you are next. I can feel it in my bones. And then we
Thank
can
you.
decorate and make it all cozy and cute.
I'm excited for the decorating portion. But yeah, Nor reached out to me. She said, "Are we still friends?" And I was like, even if we weren't, I don't have the energy to tell you right now. Like, I am so...
I've got to push pause on our friendship breakup till next month. I don't have the time right now.
I'll put it in a Google Calendar invite. You'll find out January 3rd.
No, I feel like anytime you're going through it, you turn into, who is it? Theranos that just like disappears into the air.
Well, he's the one that makes people disappear, first of all. And his name is Thanos. Theranos is that company that lied about it could test your blood.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Holmes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Played by Amanda Seyfried.
God,
Yeah.
I am turning into my mother. Each and every day, I'm one step closer. Because that was the sentence that I thought I was just being quippy and witty and referencing something. Now, why I chose a superhero movie, God knows. Anyway, December happens, or when you're going through it, you just disappear into the night. And I know it because then I look back on our text message chain and I'm just talking to myself. That's when I'm like, oh, I maybe should stop talking to him about the arts and crafts I'm doing with Sapphire and say, hey, bud, you all right over there? Haven't talked to you in a bit.
The arts and crafts always brings me joy. I'm okay with it.
Well, good, because I'm going to talk about them in a little bit here.
Okay, I can't wait. Also, Chelsea, that's really all I have for this week. And a part of it is because it's December. But also, I feel like I just have a boring life with no major stories to tell now that I have a boyfriend. So yeah, like this is my hard launch on the podcast on the main feed. We did it on Patreon already. See what happens if you pay us. You get stories early.
Patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne. It is December. We're talking a lot of shit about a lot of people.
That's
and
true.
announcing wonderful, happy things like an adorable boyfriend.
Thank
Kind,
you.
sweet, wonderful.
He is all the things. Now, I did a soft launch on what?
Let me say it.
Okay.
You posted a soft launch to your stories, which
Yeah.
I did appreciate in true you fashion. You wrote, soft launch.
What? You're supposed to.
No, the original idea of a soft launch is like you're posting a picture of your mocha frappuccino and, oh, is that a man's hand I see in the corner? You're like letting people know, oh, there's somebody around, kind of mysterious. You're doing the soft launch where people are collecting the clues for then when you post the grand reveal.
No, but here's the thing. Because I have so many friends, people wouldn't know it's a soft launch, so they wouldn't consider it to be clues.
I'm just saying it is very you to post specifically so no one misses the clue. Soft launch. I would also argue that a soft launch should typically take place before the hard launch.
It did.
It did not. I've said it before and I will say it again. And I know what you're going to say. And we can have this debate on a public platform now because we've already done it in private with ourselves, in public on Patreon. And now let's just complete the trifecta by doing it on TGIF. Donnie posted a photo dump like you do each and every month.
Yes.
You posted his full face. You tagged him in it. I assumed that was the hard launch because you posted his whole face and you tagged his Instagram that people can go click on now. And he is public. People can take a look-see.
Okay. Yeah, but that wasn't announced to be a hard launch. That is just part of one of many things. That is a playbill from Sister Act on Broadway. Mm-hmm. That is a video of me holding a baby. That is me eating dinner under the stars, whatever. That is just a swipe through of what Donnie's November looked like. And then if you make it to the end, look, there's him and a beautiful man at a Broadway show together.
Here, I'll
you
put
don't
a
ask
picture
questions.
here on YouTube.
Don't! Don't!
But it's on your Instagram. This is where you have the strangest boundaries. And I'll respect that. I won't put it on YouTube. But Cuties, go over to Donnie's public Instagram account and swipe through and there's his face.
But here's the thing. We have so many cute Christmas things coming up, like seeing Santa together and going to the Rockefeller Christmas tree, that there will be a hard launch soon.
So this isn't the hard launch?
This is the podcast hard launch. But because the photo's not attached, it's not an official hard launch.
Okay. So you're not considering it a hard launch that people are just having to do their own research. You're considering the hard launch to be, here is my boyfriend, here are the photos, here is where you can stalk him directly.
Yeah.
Does he know what's coming? Does he know about the Cuties? Do you need to set boundaries with the Cuties about sliding into DMs or being chaotic with him?
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Well, I think you need to be specific because I love our Cuties, but they are us and we don't always know boundaries.
Chelsea and I signed up for this, but the same way that you leave her family alone, for now, do the same to mine.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know if the gates open later. Maybe there's an argument that I need you to back me up on, and I'll say, here's what happened, go in his DMs. But until I ask for help, please just leave this man alone.
Donnie, I know you're worried about being quote unquote boring now that you're in a steady, solid, healthy relationship, but we just got 10 minutes of content out of your soft launch, so I think you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, but once that's over, now what? I feel like I have to propose just to bring a story, you know?
Oh, brother.
Which, by the way, the other night, he was cat sitting, so then we had, like, an apartment to ourselves, whatever, and then I went to get food, and I, like, put on my scarf, kissed him goodbye, went to go get the food, and I was like, this feels so New York. And he was like, you like playing house? And then I walked to the door and turned around, and I said, I like practicing for the future. And then I winked.
God bless him, because that just sent a chill down my spine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I also forget that December is a chaotic time of year. And for me, it's because I do the hosting for my family for all the holidays. So I'm always in a state of like getting the house ready and having the house immediately torn apart by the girls. And then also just the girls' events. And it's just a busy season. And I had a realization because, as you know, I have been just doing arts and crafts. Me and Sapphire, we made those links. This week we did this, which was so easy. We just took all of our cardboard boxes. I just cut out gingerbread house shapes, and then the girls painted it, and then they did puffy paint to make it look like gingerbread cookies, and then I'm going to hole punch it, and it's going to be Christmas ornaments, and then I do think I'm going to make it garland, too. So my realization is, this was also the time of year, Donnie, that I started painting doors a couple years ago. So I think there is something just in my spirit of like, we have almost reached the finish line of the year. I am so burnt out and exhausted that I just need to like clock out, put on an audiobook, sit next to my girls, and just paint shit. And it is very relaxing.
It sounds like it.
Now, I don't know what it says about me that the busiest month of the year where my to-do list of things I actually have to get done is the longest is the day that I sit down and I'm like, let's do fake frosting on these gingerbread men. But
you know what it is for me? And I know we're not the same person by any means, believe me. But for me, that sounds like a delight because you're being productive. It's not a couch rat. It's not a brain rat. You're being productive, but also it's not work. Like you are not checking down that list. You're not going to these stores and buying these gifts. You're not rebuilding whatever you need to rebuild. You're just being productive in a fun way.
Yeah, I don't even know. I know in your brain, and we certainly don't need to talk about this today, especially in the month of December. I know that in your brain, productivity equals happiness, but I don't even view it as being productive. I think I just view it as like just chilling. Like I have a to-do list and I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it.
So then why don't you just watch TV?
TV hasn't been doing it lately for me, but certainly there have been days or years. Let's not forget I started my account as Oh No Bravo when I was watching every single show on Bravo ever. Like there have been times where that has been the outlet, but also that's just not really feasible in this stage of life with the girls, you know, of me sitting on the couch watching women yell at each other. They don't need any inspiration, let me tell you. But speaking of inspiration, I've decided I was inspired by TikTok, specifically this one woman who was having a kitschy Christmas party. And
time out. When you blow your nose, do you look at the tissue after
no,
to see
I
what
don't. And that makes me ill, Donnie.
Okay, moving on. Cuties, what do you do? Let us know.
Oh, God. When you wipe your ass, do you look?
I don't take it out of the toilet, but I look down, yeah. Because then how do you know when to stop wiping? You have to stop when nothing else comes out.
I don't look every time, but I look when I guesstimate it's time to end.
Oh, no, I look every time so I can see the progress.
Okay.
Like, whoa.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Okay. So this woman is having a kitschy Christmas party, and so I was inspired. And so my goal for myself was I'm not buying anything new. So I'm taking stuff I already own. I'm taking the chain links that I already made. I have a bunch of construction paper. I already, for God knows for what reason, I already have a lot of disco balls in my home.
Okay.
So I have taken down all the decorations and currently they're sitting on a table, and then I am going to make a kitschy Christmas theme. So I'll post pictures as I go, but I have hung a giant disco ball above our island in our kitchen. And then my plan is to have different streamers going all across the ceiling.
Love that.
Yeah. So
Do the girls ever say anything about it? Do they like it?
Like when I decorate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes it whimsical for them. But I think it's also like you don't know what you don't have. So I think for them, they're like, oh, every mom gets a little manic at 11 at night and takes down all of the disco balls that every mom has in their home and rearranges, you know? Let's move into recommendations.
Sure. I saw a play on Saturday with Laurie Metcalf, Aunt Jackie from Roseanne. It was a 4-person play. It's called Little Bear Ridge Road. It starts during quarantine, and it's about a nephew moving back to his aunt's house, I think. And the aunt is played by Aunt Jackie from Roseanne.
On
He's
brand.
gay. Yeah, he's gay and he like comes in wearing a mask, whatever, and she doesn't wear a mask. She doesn't care about that, whatever. And then they like fight because his father was addicted to meth and he felt like the aunt should have like protected him as a kid, whatever. And she said, I did used to drive past your house every day and watch and make sure it didn't get bad. And he was like, it was bad. Why do you get to decide like what is worse? You should have saved me, whatever. So it's kind of that stuff. It was very heavy. But I loved it. Ate it right up.
Well, I'm glad you loved it. But again, I might point out a connection for you of I'm doing arts and crafts. You're watching plays about meth heads.
Well, here's
we
the
all
thing.
have our coping strategies, Donnie.
No, here's the thing. I can't decide what art is. If this is what they're putting on Broadway, I need to see it.
Okay.
Now, if it was also, I don't know, Littlest Pet Shop, the musical, I would see that as well. But that's not what they're putting on.
I want to circle back on Quicksilver, which was the fairy porn book that I tickled everyone's ears with last week. I said I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. The female main character is one of the worst we've seen in terms of likability or just me wanting her to continue existing in this world, I am going to say, if you are someone who likes A Court of Thorns and Roses, if you are somebody who has gotten into the fairy smut and you don't care about writing style, editing, this book is for you. You know, sometimes you want a gourmet meal and sometimes McDonald's hits the spot and you know it's bad for you and you know it's not particularly good, but it really satisfies something. And this book was so bad it was good that it ended up kind of being so good it's good. Again, I can't stress enough, I hate most of the characters. And I do think that this author hates women because the way she writes them, I'm like, have you ever had a female friendship that you enjoyed? Because the women in this book are either like the most powerful damsel in distress in the land or raging bitch, and there's no in between. But I was tickled by it. It was somehow both incredibly predictable and yet also like reading a Mad Libs version of the fairy porn genre of I'm like, oh, we're just going to throw in this trope now. We're just going to throw in this trope now. Oh, she got a little familiar. Oh, she's getting dicked down by big old dong fairy over here. So if you're in the mood to shut off your brain and read a book that is going to use the same word 3 times in a sentence, this book is for you. Can't wait to read the sequel. One more reminder, we are on YouTube. I was going to say, if you want to see a picture of Donnie's boyfriend, sorry, you can't see it here, but you got to do your own research. Over on YouTube, if you could like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, send it to a friend. Anytime you engage with our content, it helps us out, and it's a very free way for you to do so. So even if you're commenting things you hate about us, things you wish we would talk about, things you want Donnie to do with his boyfriend this Christmas season. Or sexually, I guess, is where his mind is going. Also, patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne. We just dropped our sobriety episode. Donnie talks about his journey getting sober and being sober. And next week, our Gossip Girl coverage begins, and I'll give a little teaser. I'm living, I am laughing, I am loving.
XOXO. You may have heard of HelloFresh. They're the #1 meal kit in America, making home cooking easier with chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients delivered straight to your door. But this season, they're serving up even more to love. This isn't the HelloFresh you remember. It's bigger. HelloFresh has doubled its menu. Now you can choose from 100 options each week, including new seasonal dishes and recipes from around the world. Dig into bigger portions that'll keep everyone satisfied. Healthier, feel great with an even healthier menu. Choose from 15+ high-protein recipes each week with options like grass-fed ribeyes or lamb chops. HelloFresh now helps you eat greener with new veggie-packed recipes that have 2 or more veggies per dish. And tastier. Get steak and seafood recipes delivered every week for no extra cost, now with 3 times the seafood options. Savor the season with hearty recipes like classic beef chili or honey glazed pork tenderloin. Discover new seasonal produce each week, from leeks to broccolini to Italian eggplant and more. It is no secret I love HelloFresh. I talk about it constantly. As you know, I am prone to ruin whatever it is I'm working on in the kitchen. I drop things when I take them out of the oven. I add too much of an ingredient. I somehow make it too salty and underseasoned. If there's one thing I'm good at in the kitchen, it's making a mess. But HelloFresh makes all those things impossible. I feel like I should be a content creator that just shows off the dishes I whip up using HelloFresh, because I really feel like I could open my own restaurant after using these recipes. The best way to cook just got better. Go to HelloFresh.com/Cute110FM now to get 10 free meals and a free breakfast for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/Cute110FM to get 10 free meals and free breakfast for life. This week, Quentin Tarantino talked shit about Matthew Lillard and Paul Dano. Melissa McCarthy hosted SNL. Pushing Daisies teased a 3rd season. Donnie Appreciation Month has officially gone to shit with the news of the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni trial being pushed back to May. Jen Shah was released from prison, and the Golden Globe nominations were announced. Did you look at them?
I did. I took a little peek. I didn't really pay too much attention because usually you just tell me things.
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
Okay.
I don't think Sinners will win just because of, the world we live in and white supremacy and all that. But I was glad to see it was nominated for a few things.
It would have been crazy if it hadn't been nominated.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Also, Rose Byrne was nominated for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You for Best Leading Actress, and she was good. Her performance was great. But you may recall when I said that I saw it, I didn't put it under recommendations, if you catch my drift. I hated it. I was visibly angry when I saw that title even anywhere on the nominations list. Livid.
At least you saw it, because remember how visibly angry you were about Honora, which you just never watched but hated.
Well, I saw her face. That was enough.
Then I saw her face, and I said, boo.
Also, in terms of Wicked, Ariana is nominated as a supporting actress. And I get it, they don't want to put them against each other. But in this movie, Glinda is very much the lead. You may recall, if you've watched The Wizard of Oz, Elphaba dies. The bitch gets water thrown on her. So after that, we have a solid 15 minutes that is just Glinda. How are we giving the dead woman a leading actress nomination? For Best Original Song, I'm scared because K-Pop Demon Hunters has a song there, so I think that's going to sweep.
Oh, that's going to sweep.
But Sinners, that song should win. I lied to you.
It's
like
also the problem of recency bias that
For
K-pop
sure.
Demon Hunters, I am fully living in the land of K-pop Demon Hunters.
So, Chelsea, the headline I am bringing to you today is Skeet Ulrich spoke to Entertainment Weekly about Scream 7. Skeet Ulrich played Billy in the first movie. So he was in Scream 5 and 6 because, if you didn't see Cuties, the main girl is not Neve Campbell. It's a girl played by Melissa Barrera, and she turns out to be Billy's daughter. So the whole movie, he's in her head, and he's like, oh, you're a killer too, you're a killer too. So because she was fired, she will not be in Scream 7. So then he said he will not be in Scream 7. Like, they fired him as well because there's no need for that plot line to go further. However, he did say it was originally a 3-picture deal, with the twist of 7 being that Sam finally gave in to her destiny and would become a killer at the end.
Oh.
Which I would have loved.
Yeah, that would have set up the arc for it.
Yeah. I do wish that would have been the case, but she was fired, he was fired, that's not happening. But then that made me think about all the times, and I'm here to educate now. This has turned into a TED Talk. All the times that what the Scream movies were supposed to be is not what we ended up getting. And what they were supposed to be, I'll say it, I'll be brave enough to say it, we're better. For instance, in Scream 3, the twist was supposed to be that Matthew Lillard was still alive and had a Charles Manson cult of followers who killed for him while he was in jail. And then because they didn't make that movie, they ended up turning that plot into that Kevin Bacon show, The Following.
Which I loved.
Loved it. I would have loved it even more with Matthew Lillard and Scream 3. And then Scream 4 was supposed to end with Emma Roberts getting away with being the killer, but everybody thinks she's like the new final girl, she's the new Sydney, whatever. So then they make her like a media darling, like, look at all this girl has got through. And then Scream 5 was supposed to be her living her life as the new final girl and someone hunting her because they know the truth.
I love that.
I know.
And she would have been so good in that role.
I know. But alas, not what happened. Now, I do love the end of Scream 4, clear. But I still would have loved that more.
Yeah.
So with that said, I'm very nervous for Scream 7.
Well, I think part of the problem is people need to just keep their yaps shut. And I know that's rich coming from us, but like we shouldn't know what it was going to be. Because then that lets us know what it was going to be. And then we can imagine what it should have been.
Yeah.
Whereas if we didn't have that information, we just have what was presented in front of us. This is what makes me worried about future seasons of The Real Housewives now that we have BravoCon involved, is that we have boots on the ground. We have people fighting on planes. If that's not shown, people know that that's there and they know what could be there. So then they know what's going to be cut.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes so much sense. And also with Scream 7, Anna Camp's in it. So, like, she's very much obviously going to be the killer.
Yeah. Imagine her, like, weeping at the end.
Yeah.
In a, like, scary but frazzled way. She'll be great at it, but
I can't wait.
it's starting to get a little too formulaic where it's getting the SVU effect of anytime you see a big name or a certain type on an SVU episode, you're like, well, He'll be giving a monologue at the end because he was the bad guy all along.
Yeah, and if there's an off-screen death, we know that they're one of the killers as well. Like, it's just, how many more times do we have to do this? With that said, I'll be watching until they stop doing it. But I do think 5 and 6 has shown us that we can start wrapping this up.
Well, my headline, did you know Charlie Brown Christmas debuted 60 years ago?
Wow, 1 year younger than me.
Yeah, a Charlie Brown Christmas debuted on CBS on December 9th, 1965. It was the first TV special based on the Peanuts comic strip.
Why is it called Peanuts? Peanut Gallery?
Because they're little peanuts? I don't know. Do your parents not call you Peanut?
No.
Oh.
They call me Spud.
Like the potato?
Yeah, hey, Spud. Like that.
Huh. Okay.
How's Peanut any better? What food should you call someone? Muffin?
My mom calls me Pumpkin.
Oh. My friend Kara from high school, we used to always wonder what our future kids would call each other. And she said that my kids would call her Pumpkin Tits.
Love that.
Yeah.
So the half-hour special was commissioned by Coca-Cola. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same, to quote Corinne Bailey Rae.
But there's no Coca-Cola in the episode.
Yeah, but I think it was sponsored, so it probably had commercials or whatever.
Okay. I expected little Sally to be sucking on a bottle.
It was commissioned by Coca-Cola and included some unusual choices. A jazz score, which we would all grow to know and love, no laugh track, and children cast as the voice actors. That resulted in producers and the network predicting that it would be a disaster. They also criticized the slow pace and the simple animation. But instead, the special received high ratings as well as an Emmy and a Peabody. I love the soundtrack. It's one of my go-tos. We have a record of it, and I put it on Christmas morning.
Christmas time is here.
Who do you think you are in the Peanuts cast?
You really have to ask?
Charlie Brown?
I'm Lucy.
Oh, you are Lucy. 100%. Yeah. I think I am Snoopy, but Snoopy when he is dissociating
and the airline pilot.
Yeah, and giving himself PTSD based on like made up scenarios in his mind. For sure.
Speaking of an airline pilot, did you see, I posted it on Instagram today, Chelsea, Instagram stories. In real life, an airplane landed on top of a car. That's not ideal. An airplane landed on a major highway. That is giving 911.
It is giving 911. That is so scary.
But it happened in Florida, so I feel safe.
If Angela Bassett was there, she would have swerved. That car wouldn't have been hit.
No, she landed on a highway, but she made sure to clear the highway out first. They had everyone working together. 911 dispatching center, the police, the EMTs, and the fire department, all shutting down that highway. Close it! Close it!
Well, got to get that squad out there, I guess. Shall we move on to Cutie of the Week?
Sure. My cutie of the week is Abby Lee Miller, who...
Always a cutie in our hearts.
Yeah. She decided Neil Patrick Harris is ugly and needed to be face-tuned in her picture with him at the stage door of his Broadway show. And then he commented and he was like, "What did you do to my face?"
It was crazy. Because it does, if you look at it long enough, you can see that it's him. Like, you can see the bare bones that made it what it became.
But it's like an oil painting of him.
Yeah, he looks like a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like a ghost that's been captured on film and is a little wonky. Which then, I just want to know what Abby Lee Miller looks like in real life. Because she looks fantastic on her Instagram. But if that's what she's doing to Neil Patrick Harris, I want to see the originals of her, too.
Well, you may recall she just saw Oh Mary recently. She looks similar. She looks the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I think she's hot.
I think it would almost be worse if she was just face-tuning her friends. I think if you're going to face-tune, there needs to be equal opportunity, face-tune everybody. That means you don't just face-tune yourself, because that looks crazy, and you don't just face-tune Neil Patrick Harris. You've got to just do everybody across the board. Everybody's getting yassified.
This is who I've become. I took a picture with my boyfriend recently, and we took two of them. And in one, he looked good and I looked bad. And then in the other, he looked bad and I looked good. We didn't know which one to like in the future post. So then I took the one where he looked good and I looked bad because I didn't want to be like, oh, let me touch you up. So I took the one where he looked good and I looked bad, and I started touching myself up. And he was like, "No, you don't have to do that. Just post the one where I look bad." And I was like, "Well, I don't want to do that either. I'll post the one where I look bad."
Wow.
But I was going to Facetune just myself.
Why don't you just Photoshop the good version and the good version together. If you're going to do Facetune, you're already messing with
true.
reality in general. Just clip them together.
Oh, I could probably do that.
Parent Trap
Look
it.
at you,
Two
smarty.
sides. My cutie of the week is the Summer House trailer. It dropped. It made me feel alive. And I am happy to report you heard it here first. Just kidding. The comments of Bravo TV on Instagram heard it first. My scientists are coming out of retirement. They are coming back February 3rd, 2026. I will be watching Summer House. Now, I can't promise a regular posting schedule, but I can promise that I will be watching and my scientists will be taking notes because this trailer made me feel hopeful for reality TV for the first time in a long time. So I can't wait. I hope you can't wait, cuties, and the scientists will be dusting off their beakers and coming back. So just a friendly reminder, don't be an asshole in the comments. It's just for fun.
When you posted that you were going to start watching reality TV again, was that before or after you saw the trailer? It seems like before.
Before. I think I manifested it.
You
my
did.
witchiness. I've been trying to harness my power, Donnie, and I just felt in my spirit, I think it's time to come back. I also feel like some behind the scenes tea. I feel like the people that have unfollowed me since I've stopped covering reality TV, I feel like I've done a better job of cultivating a vibe of people who have access to my content now, where I think people now know to expect nonsense and silliness. And like, there are so many accounts that do a great job of breaking down the facts and the nuance and all of that. And that's not going to be my vibe. My vibe is going to be, drawing little squiggles with my finger and calling it science.
As it should be. And that's everything. Where do we go from here? To the end. So if you liked this episode, send it to someone else who might enjoy it. And...
Oh, can I do one last plug?
It's not at. Yeah.
Because I just discovered on Patreon, there is an option to gift somebody a membership. So if you're scrambling like me, haven't done any holiday shopping, and you have a friend who listens to us, who you want to gift a membership to, that is an option on patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne.
Do it. Your grandma will love it. We will talk to you later. Love you like a sister. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to I Am the Cute One. If you want more, head to patreon.com/IamTheCuteOne for uncut, unedited, and unhinged video and audio footage of current episodes, as well as even more bonus content.
And if you like what you heard, please be sure to leave a 5-star rating and subscribe to our show. And to help us grow this community of chaotic cuties, share an episode with a friend you think would pass the vibe check.
And to see the madness, check out our YouTube channel, where video footage from all current episodes are posted weekly.
You can follow me at Real Donnywood on Instagram and all other social media platforms.
And if you want more of my personal brand of chaos, check me out at Oh No Chels.
Talk to you later. Love you like a sister.